Attention, everybody. The views expressed on this show are not necessarily those of Acts Ministry, Acts Media Group, and or their affiliate and subordinate ministries and or nonprofits. I want to let you know that there might be some adult content spoken about. Parental discretion is advised in this situation. It's nothing bad. But as you can see on the thing, awkward stuff when you're old here on The Morning Drive. Good morning! Coming to you live from Acts Media Group headquarters here in beautiful Springfield, Missouri. It's The Morning Drive with Matt and Jay with your hosts, Matt and Jay! Wow.
And the valley is too wide.
Today's topic, awkward stuff when you're old.
Yes.
Stuff that everybody has to deal with eventually.
Eventually, years later for some.
Always be 2, 3, but that's all changed.
And it definitely has
It's all
changed.
changed. And you said this
Said the Captain Free.
Hey,
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to The Morning Drive. My name is Matt,
My name is Jay.
My name is Steve.
My name is Tanner.
and we're glad to have you on board with us today.
Yeah.
Tanner's really nervous and feeling awkward about the topic of conversation that we're going to have today. And we've been telling you about this for a couple days now. Today, it's really hard to be mature about this.
It really is. We're just going to smile and look at each other.
Because women need to check themselves for breast cancer on a regular basis. So do men. But as you get older, you get a certain age, then the doctor starts having to, like, the awkward things like a prostate exam.
Ouch.
And colon health is important the older you get.
Yes, 50
Okay.
is happy birthday to me.
Happy birthday.
And I'm glad that I'm not awake when that.
Yeah. Oh, for colonoscopy?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, they put you out.
Oh yeah. they
Dad
have
had
to.
one, and he was pretty goofy when he came back in because they give you a medication called Versed,
Yes.
which
they
is
do.
for most people it's an amnesiac type drug where you don't really remember before or after for a little while. And
Believe me, that's why it's good to have somebody there with you to.
to all of our nurse friends out there, they know exactly what we're talking about. Awkward stuff when you get old.
See, nurses will be able to, they'll be able to go right with us. They'll be on the same page with us.
Yeah, and and we had a hard time naming. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, I have to take this in. Maybe I can just condition myself before I reach those ages. I don't know how much I can prepare for that.
When you get to that age,
You really can't until it's there.
No, you can't.
Okay, well, that's the only comment I have. So
well, I mean, you're obviously you're 17. You're not going to have to worry about this for a while unless, God forbid, something happened and you have to have something done to your testicles or something before then. But you get to a certain age. Well, first of all, men always need to check themselves, no matter how old they are. They taught us this in school.
Women too, though, they are
Yeah.
our counterparts, and they are like us in that
And
they
men
are
too.
susceptible
Men
to
get breast
different
cancer
types
as
of-
well.
I didn't find out until after I had the hernia.
Oh yeah, because that's one of the things they check.
Though I think breast cancer for men is not as tragic
No.
and
No.
No.
psychologically trying as it is
I think
for
breast
women.
cancer is to women what testicular cancer is to men.
Exactly.
The possibility of having to have body parts removed
Yes.
that you grow quite attached to. I mean, obviously they're part of your manhood or your womanhood growing up or whatever, and trust me, I
There
feel
is
awkward
some
right now too.
difference, though.
Well, I
For
mean,
men, it can have an effect, not psychologically, but physically, sexually.
yeah.
So they can end up having their prostate removed or testicles removed, and then they are asexual, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They say it's better to have in the right
Whereas women-
testicle than the left testicle because the right is not bad. It's the left if that's removed, then it's extremely hard to have kids.
Yeah.
It's the right testicle that they
Now,
don't
does
make a
that
big deal.
does that have something to do with like which side of the brain you use on a regular basis? Like, if you're left-handed, could the left testicle be
have
the
no
one
idea,
that is
but-
worse?
I just know that that's what I heard. The right testicle is better to have the right testicle have a problem than the left.
Okay, and I'm going to throw you out here under the bus on this. I mean, the reason we're talking about this is because next week you're going to have a tumor removed from one of your testicles,
Yes.
and so we need to be praying for him.
I won't be here next week, obviously.
Actually, you knew we were going to talk about it. So
Yes.
I mean, I'm not
How
literally
long
throwing
is
you
it
under.
Not
gonna-
a surprise.
How
What?
long are you going to be down?
Probably because of the effectiveness, and I'm going to be completely out. They give you a gas, and they either put you out where you can't feel anything, or they can give you completely, or they can actually
Full anesthetic,
What about walking around?
anesthesia rather.
And so, obviously, I'll be groggy, and then they say once that wears off, you could be in a lot of pain,
Well, no kidding.
and so that's why they're going to give me a lot of pain pills.
Today is also whether or not Kelly. Am I calling you or am I calling Jennifer? I've got her name saved on here.
I thought Jennifer sounded familiar.
Yeah, I think so. Kelly has been having a problem with her vocal cords,
I saw that on Facebook.
COPD, and things like that.
Yeah, that's what she was saying. Well,
So
we're
what
praying
caused
for you,
the COPD?
Kelly.
Were you a smoker at one point, Kelly? Just curious. But yeah, we'll get to the weather here in just about 2 minutes. As soon as I find out which one am I supposed to be calling you, Kelly, or am I calling Jennifer? I think indefinitely. Kelly called me the other day and said indefinitely until her voice gets better. It sounded pretty scratchy, like because I've had before. We'll get back on the main topic. We're going to give Tanner a few moments of not being awkward feeling, because it is awkward for somebody, especially for someone young like him, who they don't really have to think about things like that, like a prostate exam.
I'm curious about what's going on with your collar.
Why didn't you say something?
I'm like,
Okay.
I didn't notice it till just now, and I did say something.
All right.
There you go.
Morning, Michael Miller.
I mean, I know about this stuff. You can't live in a house with
Good morning, Larry.
with a nurse without ever hearing something about this.
Scott.
Morning, Steve.
And
Well, Steve's not on my
Marsha?
watch party.
No, you are.
but I know somebody personally who is around my age who had
Morning, Cheryl.
cancer, and
We'll be calling Kelly.
it's very relevant to all ages. That's the only comment that I have. Because I do know somebody personally who had to have a surgery around my age for this issue.
it is more common
that's-
in
that's-
people of a higher age, though.
Yeah, 50
think
and
that
above. I
is-
think
Yeah,
50
it
and
is.
above.
When are you supposed to start having the prostate exams? It's
In your
40.
50s?
In your 50s.
Is it
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Although I didn't have a prostate exam. When I had a hernia, the doctor, one of the time, first doctor that ever did that, and it was on my last hernia surgery. He's like, lay over on your side. I'm like, for what? I'm in my early 30s, and I said, I got to check and make sure that there's no blood in your stool or whatever. And I was like, can't you just ask me that?
no, we have to look.
There are two nurses standing there, and everyone's just staring at me for an awkward moment. And I just looked at the doctor, looked at the nurses, looked at the doctor, looked at the nurses, because the nurses were women.
Right.
So immediately, I'm a bashful guy anyways. So they said, we'll turn around. And they turned around, and they were just kind of staring at a screen, kind of mumbling to each other or whatever, talking. And, the doctor did what he did. And I actually said, I wish you would have bought me dinner first. And he laughed. I'm pretty sure that's not the first time he's heard that. But I had to do something to break up the awkwardness and the weird. It was weird.
It is.
There's nothing you can do to prepare yourself for that.
No.
So, and you actually do, like, noises come out of your throat whenever that kind of exam happens that you
Yes.
didn't know. was
Existed.
coming. Yeah, you're like,
Like-
"Nah." It's like what? What
all,
was that?
all of a sudden, it's like, where was it?
Sorry,
Where'd that come
trying
from?
not to be too graphic for people, but it was very awkward. And they say once you hit 50, you need to get it done every couple years or every year.
I think it was every.
I know colonoscopy every
5 years now. Isn't it?
That's a colonoscopy every 5 years. Because colon cancer is
Then
more common amongst older gentlemen.
I'm definitely due because on my 50th birthday is when I had it, the colonoscopy.
Oh, happy birthday to you.
Yeah, I was like 49 a week before my birthday, and he's like, "So when you're going to be 50 next week?" Well, happy birthday! Guess what? What? Can you come in next week after you're 50?
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened.
Oh no.
And I was like, "Wow, that's the biggest and most expensive birthday present I've ever had."
Marcia said she's had 2 biopsies on her breasts done, and she lost her mom to breast cancer and her aunt on her dad's side. All right, we're going to put all the awkwardness aside for a moment and call Kelly Cosby to see whether or not it's going to be raining.
It did this morning for a little bit.
It did. I hope it doesn't rain very much because I have ribs that I want to smoke
Yeah,
today.
it's widespread. No, it's
am I
widespread
camping
frost
out?
tonight.
I still have to ask Dad if you can. Is that okay, Dad? Can Jay stay the night? Can Jay come over and play? Let me get Kelly up here.
Of course, if you guys are beat like you were yesterday, it's not
We were really tired
not
yesterday.
a good idea.
Yeah,
I was
yesterday.
you guys
were.
sleep then?
We
I
had-
didn't get a whole lot of sleep the night before.
Oh, I mean last night.
Last night I got about 7 hours of sleep.
I ended up falling asleep. My head was down at the other end of the bed, and for some reason, I was online, and all of a sudden I woke up at 1:30. I'm like, at first I'm like, where am I?
Kelly Cosby, ladies and gentlemen.
I hope she's feeling better.
Good morning.
Hi, Kelly.
How are you?
Good. RTT calling. Real-time text to chat with you. Interesting.
Hi, Kelly.
Hi, Steve.
How you feeling today?
I'm okay. I have a case of pneumonia, but other
Yep.
than that, my voice is better. So
It
You
sounds
sound-
better.
Yeah, it sounds
I
good,
thought
Kelly.
I'd better get back on the ball.
Now, Jay, pray for Jay because you're developing pneumonia in one of your lungs, aren't you?
My right lung.
Yeah,
Man,
that's tough.
especially right now.
Take Mucinex
Yeah.
twice a day.
Yeah, that's my actual favorite. When I used to get bronchitis all the time, I discovered the Mucinex or the generic brand of it, and it works great.
Yeah, it sure does.
So what's the weather looking like this weekend, Kelly?
Okay, well, let me tell you that today there's a marginal risk of thunderstorms.
Thunderstorms?
Hold on a second.
See. Steve Schultz said his doctor always says, "Excuse me," before he does the prostate exam.
Okay.
Hello, we're here.
There's a marginal risk of severe thunderstorms across parts of the eastern Gulf Coast states and southern Atlantic seaboard. So that's what we have going on today. And then on tomorrow, there's a marginal risk of severe thunderstorms across southeast Georgia and the peninsula of Florida and north central Florida peninsula. It's hard to...
That's all right. Take your time.
That's a mouthful.
It is.
Okay? And then the cures up in Springfield. We got a little bit of snow this morning.
Did you say snow?
Yes, up here.
Up here?
In Kansas City, yes.
What?
Huh?
Supposed to be 30 degrees tonight here.
Oh, honey.
No camp out.
Widespread frost, I heard, for
Oh,
Missouri.
you guys. Up in the Iowa state line, I think they got about 6 inches of snow up there.
At Iowa state line?
Yes.
Hello.
I just I posted in the comments, someone needs to tell Mother Nature to stop drinking.
Get with the
Really?
program, Mother Nature.
It's like, go home, Mother Nature. You're drunk.
However,
Grab
I'm
the
looking at
keys.
the forecast board for next week, and this is for Kansas City. Starting tomorrow, I'll be in the 60s on the weekend, but a lot next week will be in the 70s.
And when is this?
Next week.
Yay.
Wow.
Okay, now let me see. Sure.
I may not be able to smoke those ribs today.
Okay,
Ooh.
today you're gonna have.
Morning, Brian.
Okay. Friday, you're going to have morning showers, a high of 43, no, high of 48.
I have 48 today.
Yep,
Here in
Wow.
Springfield?
yes.
Okay.
Then tomorrow, you got sunny skies, then the increasing clouds, high 63,
Oh, that's not bad.
and low 46. I'm telling you guys, it's coming.
It's a coming, she says.
I thought I heard that right.
What's a coming? The snow?
No, this is
The 70-degree weather.
the temperatures.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is crazy. Yesterday was a
Okay.
beautiful day.
Sunday you'll have rain and thunder. The
Storm.
high 60.
That's not bad.
No.
I'd rather deal with 60 than 40.
Yeah.
Especially if it's raining.
Because, 30-degree weather when it's raining is
Bad.
freezy degree weather.
Freeze. Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So,
All right.
is that all the weather for this weekend?
That is all the weather or not.
We're glad to have you back, Kelly.
Okay, thank you.
We'll talk to you
I'll see
later.
Monday.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Kelly Cosby, whether or not.
She sounded good. I mean, for what she's been going through.
Yeah.
I could take a little bit of inner voice, but she sounded good.
So,
Steve, I did go to the doctor, Steve.
you did go to the doctor. Yeah,
Yes,
that's
I
how
got
you know.
An inhaler, antibiotic, and Mucinex.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. So, what are you doing over there, son? You're quiet today. I know it's because it's awkward.
He's trying to keep his comments to himself.
Interesting. I'm just observing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
you're a
absurd.
sponge.
Yeah. I'm absorbing
you
the
might wanna get that
information.
looked at.
I really am. I'm listening to the information and I'm gaining it. And the only comment that I had really is just about my own, just knowing somebody who was going through that.
At what age?
How
old was he?
17,
I just have
18.
to yawn.
17.
Yeah.
Testicular cancer?
Yeah.
Really?
That's pretty young.
That's why it doesn't matter how young you are. You need to check yourself.
That's
If
true.
you feel a weird lump or knot in your testicle that doesn't feel right, go to your doctor and get it looked at. And now I know at that age, it's like, I don't want to go to the doctor about my testicles. That's
yeah,
nuts.
and- yeah.
I had to say it at
Yeah,
least once.
I was waiting for that somewhere on,
I was
this
going to say something
conversation.
very crude, but I won't.
He's
Yeah,
had
let's
some
not-
very, he's had very good self-control considering how many jokes we heard before the show started.
Well, we were trying to figure out what to call the show. And
Hey, I think you did a great job.
awkward stuff when you're old.
Yeah,
I was
that
gonna
was a
put-
very.
We're going to have a ball today,
Yeah,
things like that. I still said it, but
Yes, you did, but you didn't put it in the title. So,
yeah.
Today
Steve
is
Schultz.
Today?
huh?
Is today? When
No,
are you
next
having it
Friday.
again? Next
No,
Friday.
next Thursday.
Next Thursday.
So obviously
Inpatient or outpatient?
outpatient, but it could be inpatient because if they have to do more, then obviously I'll be spending the night there at the hospital. But
Now, if they have to take it, are you going to opt to do they give you the option to keep it?
No.
I haven't heard that.
No.
No.
All that stuff goes to
A lab or something.
a lab
That's got to be an exciting job.
or to be disposed of because it's so highly,
Yeah, they don't want you to have any part of it.
well, because it's blood, yeah,
Yeah.
Yep.
It'd be considered a biological.
hazard, yeah.
Yeah. that's
Biohazard.
crazy.
Go right, put a sticker on my tooth.
Biohazard.
Yeah.
There's too much stuff going through my head right now.
I figured
It is.
you're
There is
smiling.
there's a lot of self-control going.
Yeah, you're smiling way too much.
Well, I mean, the situation you find yourself in is not a laughing matter at all.
Right. It
Um,
isn't. And we the reason we
but it
may
is a
want to
situation
laugh.
regardless.
Well, the reason that we may want to laugh a little bit about this is because it is a serious situation, but you want to make somebody's day by,
Making them laugh.
making them laugh. Not laugh too hard because
Yeah.
it
That's,
still affects.
yeah. It's like
Thank
I
you,
had a
Steve.
blood vessel busted in the white of my eye the last couple days, and I didn't even know about it. I thought my eye was a little itchy a couple times, but his Aunt Grace is like, "What happened to your eye? It looks like you burst a blood vessel, or it looks really red." And I didn't think anything of it.
Right.
And then I'm looking in the mirror, and there's like this blood splotch right there, and it's bright red against the white of my eye. I thought, what in the world did I do? That's never happened to me before.
Do you have allergies?
Am I going to die?
Yeah.
No, it was. I don't know what I did. I don't have allergies. I don't think I do. You can develop allergies as you grow older, though.
Yeah.
I'm not a doctor, but I heard that if you have allergies and your eye itches, and it's something to do with your blood vessel in your eye.
Yeah. Well, it probably pops it or something, or if you strain really hard for
If you
some
strain
reason.
it, yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you're lifting weights, which you probably aren't going to the gym right now because of the stay-at-home order.
I wouldn't even lift weights at home.
Dr. Paul said he hasn't shaved in 8 days.
I can't wait to see this.
Or if
He's not
you're
going to let us see
on-
this.
Oh.
not.
No, he'll
your
shave
phone.
before he comes
Are
back.
you
He
on.
needs
sure?
to take a picture.
Positive.
He needs to take a picture and
Yeah,
just share
Yeah.
send it.
He does
Well, he gets
not
a
like.
broadcast.
Dr. Paul
Facebook
does
that.
not like. They won't be here today, by the way. Dr. Paul is still recovering from his.
All right, Miss Nancy, we need covert photographs.
Yeah.
We need to take some covert pictures.
He did tell me, he says, I don't understand how you can really like your facial hair. It's just, to me, it's really uncomfortable.
Well, I mean, if you shave your entire life, I mean, facial hair is uncomfortable. But if you're lazy like me, you deal with it.
I'm being lazy. I'm going to probably
It's
shave
still
over the
uncomfortable.
weekend.
I was gonna say, like, I honestly was. I mean, obviously, I'm young, so I've only had facial hair for like 2 years, but it's.
And
I
it's
didn't,
Boy, yours
lighter.
I
grows
didn't know at
fast.
first,
And it's lighter up top than it is down here.
but it really grew on me. So but seriously, it's lighter up here because the way that I shaved it, the way that I trimmed it, and honestly, I need to trim it again. I like keeping it trimmed, not like short, but trimmed.
Clean.
Because if you trim it when it's this length, it grows in a certain way if you trim it the right way, which makes it just look nicer. But
Yeah, it's pretty heavy duty. It's a heavy duty responsibility taking care of a beard.
It is.
It's on.
yeah,
And my beard has gotten grayer. Somebody said that if you keep on shaving it and you cut it, you can see more gray hairs. No, that's only when you see kids that you used to teach now are having kids. That's when your gray hairs really come out.
Well, yeah, I started getting gray hair when I got married the first time. I found 3 white hairs right over. Wait, which side is it on?
Look on the computer and see.
I was born with white hair.
Well, now it's on both sides.
Oh,
I was. My hair was.
started
white
on this
hair.
side.
It wasn't
There were
like.
3 hairs right there.
It
3
was
white hairs.
youthful though.
I did not pluck them because it is, from what I understand, it's a proven fact that whatever chemical or whatever nutrient or whatever that depletes the hair follicle of its pigment, if you pluck a hair, it'll go into the surrounding ones and cause them to go gray as well.
That's what it is. That's what I remember hearing. That's what it
There's actually some truth to that,
Yeah.
as far as I'm aware.
I was thinking if you're shaving or you cut the hair, but it's actually
Or it just could
pulling
be
it.
your wife stressing you out, or
Well,
or your husband.
Rachel, I know you're watching, but you probably haven't been on my watch party, but you don't have anything to worry about as far as
Schultz says, "You're still a baby, Tanner. You're still a baby, Tanner." That's my
mic drop.
mic drop. You love you,
Uh-oh,
Steve
no.
Schultz.
Yeah.
No, I'm doing it. Sorry, Steve.
Steve Schultz is brutal sometimes. He's like, Matt, your forehead is all face or something like that.
Oh, I know he did that. What, about a month ago? He said, "Matt, you're all your face is all forehead."
Yeah, your face is all forehead.
Well,
Morning,
Steve,
Susan Burrows. Jana, if you're sending messages, I'm not seeing any comments or anything in the deal. So if you're watching, we do miss you. We miss your comments. Now,
Joe Katie, good morning.
wait a minute. I bet you she's probably watching on YouTube.
I think that's what she's doing.
Oh, that explains
Oh,
it.
that's why.
I would
Yeah.
always tune into YouTube to see the comments just in case, but I didn't do that today. I'm slacking.
Good morning, Jessica Thomas.
Right.
And
So we
Dawn
got
Barber
going here.
Wellington. Good morning.
How do you guys do it? How do you guys do it? Fantastic. Well,
So
One watching.
Well, I will talk to her. If she's not on today, I will text her and let her know that
No, it shows that I'm the only one on YouTube.
I want to find
Huh.
out if she's on YouTube. I'll just say, are you watching YouTube? Make sure you're subscribing. Isn't that what is that?
Like
how
and subscribe. Hit that thumbs up, and hit the subscribe, and then go up to the alarm bell and click on that to receive notifications.
yeah, and then you have all or personalized now because YouTube keeps changing stuff.
Morning, Joe Katie.
So you can do personalized or all, which I would just do all notifications for Axe Media Group.
Steve Schultz says, "I would lie, Matt. I would lie about anything."
Yes, you would, Steve. No, Steve, if I know you're watching. We need to be friends. He still hasn't sent.
You
me
have
his
to
phone.
send him a friend request.
I'll send you a friend
And
request,
it's
Steve.
it's Philip Schultz.
Okay, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Even though we call him Steve here,
And it's
that's-
Steve McAllister, not Mickey Mac.
Yeah,
right, Steve. Remember that. And
Steve McAllister.
that's true.
That's such an interesting
Of course,
name.
Steve probably won't remember.
I thought, Mickey Mac would. That's just. Never mind.
no,
another
that's
thing
a
about-
cool nickname. People like that
Steve Mickey Mac.
Yeah.
for a stage name or for they really like that as a radio host. Or
I don't know
co-host.
why it came out that I'm like
Well,
Steve-O
Amber
Mickey
now
Mac.
calls me Steve-O.
Good. Steve-O Mickey Mac-tastic.
Yeah, well, Michael Miller, I know you're watching. He likes the Mac.
Oh, he said he wouldn't lie about anything. You know that N apostrophe T is very important on there.
We can just graze over
Happy
that.
birthday, Jeremiah Humans.
Happy birthday.
53 years old today.
Wow.
Everyone was
Wow.
wearing masks when I went to the doctor.
Now,
too.
do you have to get prostate exams and colonoscopies now that you're in your 50s?
For Jeremiah?
Yeah. That's just something, when you're over 50, after about probably by the time you're 60, it doesn't, the awkwardness is gone. Right?
Right.
Did you hear there's a story about a guy that they put him under to do a colonoscopy, and he had left his phone on record to hear what the doctors were saying and stuff. And oops, the doctor was very, very rude and nasty. Like,
Wow, was
mean.
he? I bet
Like-
you he got in trouble.
he didn't, the doctor did.
No, I mean that's what I mean.
It was a lady doctor.
Wow.
And they were, like poking fun about the guy and stuff like that. Now, I'm pretty sure you'd be surprised at the things that you hear in a room that they're doing surgery. 'Cause you're doing surgery for however many hours, like 18 hours at a time.
Colonoscopy?
No, not if you're
I hope not.
if you're having a colonoscopy for this
that
was
would
a
be a serious
colonoscopy, was where-
colonoscopy.
and I don't think it was intentional.
Right.
Because he had the video on
You
record.
confused me.
And it was in his coat. He put it in his coat,
Good
and took
point,
his coat
Michael.
off, and put it under the thing. And the whole entire time he was out, he heard all the stuff they were saying.
That's why they don't let you bring that stuff in there anymore.
Yeah, well, he sued the doctor.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, but personally, I mean, if I don't hear it, I'm okay. I'm not worried
I
about
just
it.
assume not hear it.
Yeah, I
Keep
mean,
it
As long as
comments
they
to
fix everything they
yourself.
break and
Yeah, right. Like
don't charge you extra.
well, one time there was a guy that after he did a cesarean and stitched her up, he got sued very big time. He scratched his initials right underneath the scar.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
that's messed up.
What in the world would possess somebody to
You
do
know,
that?
he's. Oh man,
Now,
did he lose his license?
absolutely.
I'm sure he
absolutely.
did.
Ian
Probably
got
lost
sued.
more than that.
Yeah, sued, restitution. You know, that's
That's just uncalled for.
yeah. It's like what possesses somebody to do something like that? Now I say that, but as a child, I did stuff that people were like, why would anybody even think about doing something like that? You know, like I don't know. We've talked about I cut myself a lot on accident whenever I was younger because I
And
was
this
using the
her
knife in the wrong way.
OBGYN did that?
Yeah, the person that delivered the baby.
Or gynecologist? Sometimes they're both.
I think
Yeah.
I don't know exactly, but that was I saw it on
I
a
wouldn't wanna
local
be
news
I wouldn't
channel.
wanna be
It wasn't here in Missouri, but
alone in a room
Oh, I
with
was
somebody
going to say
like that when you're
it
under
wasn't local, was
anesthesia.
it?
yeah.
Terrifying.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't think anybody is
Good
being
morning,
under
Susan A.
anesthesia
Burr.
with him around anymore,
No.
because that's something that you definitely lose your license. Would it be disbarring? They,
He's lucky if he doesn't lose more than that. Somebody, a mad father or husband,
Somebody could
meet
pick
in a
him off
parking
real
lot
quick.
somewhere, and he'll be in trouble.
Somebody could pick him off real quick.
I'd be
Marking
surprised.
well, pick him off. We don't want to. We don't want to say that kind of stuff on the air. We don't want to talk about like revenge.
No, but meeting him in the parking lot, hey,
Yeah.
you carved your initials on my wife or my child's mother.
That is
I'll put some initials on you.
Yeah, on your forehead, and it's all face.
And,
Yeah.
and it's plant.
You know what
I'll
I mean?
plant my fist
I
on you.
don't. I reject that kind of thinking. But
Did he not do time?
That's the kind
Oh,
of
I'm
thing
sure
that
he
could
did.
happen to somebody.
You know, that
Because
was
you can't just
that was years
mark-
ago.
Crazy.
That was years ago,
Right.
and he's probably still in jail for it.
You can't just
Probably.
mark on. You're literally.
Oh, it's violation
leaving
to the
us-
max.
That's
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
actually torture.
Well, you're also breaking trust.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're
There's so many things
highly
wrong.
paid.
Was he
Not to-
Morning, Larry
was
Melton.
He high or something? I don't know.
Maybe he was
but-
just messed up in the head.
Probably.
Probably you're
Probably
right.
all of the
I
above.
think he would. I don't even know if he. I don't.
Stinky Susan.
I don't think. I mean, maybe I'm.
Good
wrong,
morning, Susan
but I don't
Burroughs.
think that it would take somebody being high to do that. I think that people who are high would probably do it more.
Likely.
Yeah, but I think that it would just take somebody messed up in the head because I know a lot of people.
Narcissistic to
Yeah.
the max.
I know a lot of
That's
people that
sad.
are high.
It's like signing your work. That and essentially, I think is what he was trying to do because the stitches were so good. Like
He was trying to.
the incision was so
Was
nice
he trying
and
to
clean.
be professional
I-
in his own
So what? He
right?
does
I
it
don't
for a living. It better be nice and clean.
Yeah. Well, this was years
You
and
be
years
proud
ago.
of doing your job well.
Years
I mean,
and years ago,
do
this
your
happened.
job well.
it's like it's not artwork, okay?
JT.
You don't just sign. You don't just sign. All right. What medical
So
school
who's
did he
JT?
go-
Who's JT?
JT is. Oh, is he watching?
Yeah. Morning. Morning, JT.
That is my girlfriend's father.
Yeah. Uh-oh. He
Well,
better be on his best behavior.
Ooh.
Yeah.
better
He
be on-
tuned in just to see what kind of comments you'd be making. That's
Now,
that's what it
JT, let me
is.
tell you why Tanner looks like he feels so awkward this morning is because we're talking about awkward things that happen when you get older. As a man,
Medical
things, awkward
procedures.
Yes, and it makes him feel really awkward.
Awkward.
He almost didn't want to even be on
I
the
don't
show
deny.
today.
He's not turned red or pink or anything like that yet.
That's because his hat's covering it. You can't see it. He's
You
turned
can't
red a
see
couple
it.
times.
We tossed right before the show. I tossed out an alternative subject for him,
Yes.
and he didn't. He
Oh.
rejected that idea.
Oh my gosh, Jay. No, we're not going there. Especially now that I know who's watching.
Well, you shouldn't
I'm
have
just kidding. It
yeah.
doesn't.
You
No.
know when they say Big
You know,
Brother's
to. He
watching.
has no choice over what we're
I'm
talking
an
about
open.
today.
Also, I'm an open book. I really am. Like I'm very upfront and just completely
says-
open with people.
Well,
He goes keeping an eye on you with the little emoji.
Big
Love
Brother
it.
is
Love
watching or Big Father.
Yeah.
So yeah, but those are awkward things that you have to go through when you get older.
But welcome to the party.
even sometimes when you're younger, depending
Mallinson.
on the types of injuries you might.
And
have.
Yeah.
Jessica, I really enjoy your posts, Jessica Thomas.
Jessica Thomas, welcome to the party.
She's on my watch party too.
Yeah, is she?
Yeah.
She is the owner of the Sentimental Hoarder. She's got a lot of antique stuff, and it's really cool. Were you there?
I gotta come.
No,
on-
you didn't
I
go
gotta.
with us when we
I mean, they
went.
try to break you in when you're young with the turn your head and cough thing.
We're looking for
So you-
antiques, Jessica.
prepared
So,
for the
Yeah,
what's
that's
to
always
come,
super
message
awkward.
Oh,
me
yeah.
or something.
and you're like, what? Why? What?
Yeah. Well, see, now the last time I had that happen, the doctor was like, and it was actually a nurse practitioner, and she said, "All right, now bear down." And I was in an awkward, like I had felt really awkward. First of all, her hands were really cold, and it was painful. And I said, I think I am. I don't know.
I prefer cold hands in that situation.
All of a
No,
sudden,
it-
you're
Where
going,
did your hands just come from? Why are
wake
your
you up.
hands so warm and toasty?
Who
Where did
needs-
they just come from?
Who needs coffee? No, that's another awkward thing. But yeah, the turn your head and cough thing.
Yeah.
yes, that's very.
That's the,
and-
checking you for hernias.
Exactly, especially when you have a woman nurse practitioner wanting to check for, well, turn your head and
Steve
cough.
Schultz is right. Says it's all part of life.
It's all
That's
part
right.
of life.
It's a life experience for sure.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely awkward the first few times that it happens.
Or those stupid gowns they make you wear.
Yeah,
Yes.
those do not make you
first
feel
time
comfortable
putting one of those
at
on?
all.
No, they just make you.
They
look,
make you feel like
It's like, wait a
what-
minute, where's the back? Is this the front or the back?
It's like what?
well.
I always have them
them
give
the
me.
back and
I always have them give
They're
me
like,
two
we'll
robes.
tie that up for you, and it's like,
have it
no,
open
please
in
don't.
the back.
Well, see, I have two robes. I always have them give me two gowns. One to put on normal and tie, and then one to wear over it to cover your backside.
Yeah, because
'Cause
they
those
say,
things are
well,
not-
leave your back open. It's
Those
like,
things are not fashionably friendly in any way, shape, or form, and they make you feel vulnerable as all get out.
Yeah.
or the
You know what I
sheets.
mean?
It's not the table. It's the sheets. Sometimes are cold. Are you cold? Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
yeah.
Would you like a blanket?
I feel the cold too, so
and
I'm
so
always
they give you that
cold.
warm blanket, and you're like, that's much better. Thank you.
It's
Yeah.
warm for about a minute and a half.
Yeah,
They keep them in blanket warmers. Yeah,
Yeah.
they do.
Yeah.
But
And then you're kicking it
eventually-
around because it's also too small.
yeah. It's not exactly what you would call.
I mean, the Dead Poet
comfy-
Society. Do you remember the Dead Poet Society when the kid's trying to come up with a poem?
Yes.
No,
And
I
he's-
don't. It's been a
and
long
he's-
time since I've seen that.
He's Robin Williams is walking around him, coaching him to, you know,
Yeah.
coaxing him and prodding him to try to get him to speak and to say something. And the kid comes up with this poem about a blanket that's too small, and but that was a metaphor for something else about life,
But
That
it
you, no
but
matter
it's-
how hard you kick it or pull it or stretch it, it's always too small.
then that's but that's also
Okay,
factual
Jessica.
in the literal sense.
Let me know.
I can't stand when my feet are poking out the bottom of the blanket.
Yeah.
I got a
You just
what
don't
is it,
feel
a
complete.
full-size bed, and
I'd rather have a blanket up to here
you can't even tuck the blankets in.
with my feet covered than to have a blanket up to here
Well,
with
they
my
give
feet
you
sticking
those.
out the bottom.
They give you those socks in the hospital.
Oh, with the grippers on them, I love
Yeah.
those things.
Those things, they still slide a little bit.
I
but
always ask for extra ones
Yeah.
to bring home with me.
I double
Yeah.
them. I put 2 of them on.
They feel weird when you wear like shoes over them.
Yep.
Like if you
I've
you
never-
walk any distance in those things, you start to getting blisters on the bottom of your feet.
Yeah, 'cause they got that.
you start
little
feeling
hard
like you're
plastic rubber
burning
thing.
the bottom of your feet.
Yeah, it's not like a soft rubbery type of grip thing
No.
either. It's like that hard.
They do that for a
crusty.
reason, obviously, but still, you still feel uncomfortable because you feel like your feet are weird for a while, especially when you take them off. You still feel that.
Why do they
on your
want you
feet.
to turn your head? Because it aligns the muscles in a certain way that allows for maximum pressure on that point. So if you do have a hernia, it does make it more feelable.
Well, yeah, that's the best
I'm
way
no
you can say
doctor,
it. But
doctor.
Well, I tell you what, when you're growing up, and you realize that there's actual holes there, like where the
yes,
where
we're
they
getting
always push to make you to feel if there's a hernia.
it. Yes,
Those
I get it.
sockets. That's what they're called, sockets.
Sockets.
Sockets. That was a good way of saying it.
That's what they're called. They're called sockets.
Nice
Sockets.
save. Yeah.
That was
Is
like
that a PG version? Or?
no, that's actually what they're called, the sockets.
Yeah.
Sockets.
Testicular sockets.
Testicular sockets.
No, I heard my
Sockets.
I heard my urologist
The
say that.
socketry.
You got socketry.
Your body's full of socketry.
Yeah, it is. And far other awkward thing. Why is it saying the actual medical name, the actual medical name of something is more awkward than any slang that you would use?
I think it just depends on the word.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
well,
one. Let's hear
try
one.
to spell
What,
that.
what
Well,
comes
thank
to
you.
mind?
Are you trying to look that
hit
up?
mute
or
on
what?
your computer right now, Mr. Melanson.
Yeah,
I do not wish
like
to
alternative
contribute.
subjects. We
But
need
no,
some
there are
alternative
certain things
subjects.
to where like I've had conversations to where like I know that certain people are uncomfortable speaking about certain things. Most of my friends aren't because I'm generally friends with people who are very open and blunt and literally you could talk to about anything. But I have encountered those people to where you have to describe things in more technical, calculated ways, or else they'll feel. It's
Just
almost
recall
like,
for us one of those awkward
it's
subjects.
almost
would
like
you please?
making it.
We would like to hear a little more
Yes,
verbatim
Tell us,
description
Tanner.
of what you're.
Yeah,
See, he is turning red now, so we'll back off for a second.
See, I can see.
It's the mug,
pink is
guys.
starting-
It's an illusion.
the pink is getting right there.
I got kicked off of Facebook.
It just resets. It's your phone. That
Why?
just I don't know. It just does that sometimes.
Stupid thing.
I know. It's psst. So today's topic of conversation is we'll just call it awkwardness.
That would
Awkwardness of the awkwardities of life. We'll call it. Did I just make up a word?
Yes,
Yep.
you did.
Awkwardities.
You know, if 25,000 people say it, then it becomes then certain dictionaries will actually add it. So if everybody says
Awkwardity?
that word, yeah, just learn
Say
it,
awkwardity.
say it in everyday
Awkwardity?
language. We'll make something new. This is how new words get created. I mean, the internet is like a hub if you want to make new words.
What do they call that tiny little spoon that they do the stool samples with? Wouldn't you? Can you imagine
Sample
being a
Melon
nurse?
baller.
Can you imagine being the yeah?
It's like
the
a melon
nurse
ball. A
Get
little
being
ice cream
trained for
scoop.
this. You're like really?
A
Really?
mini ice cream scoop.
An inch and a half long spoon.
Now I'm going to be thinking, man, do I
With a
really want
little
to scoop
glass.
ice cream now?
Vial.
I had a
It's like who invented this thing?
I
Give
had
me
a
something a few feet long, please.
I had a relative by marriage one time that talked about whenever they went 2 weeks at a summer camp without using the bathroom and going number 2 because she did not like the outhouse ideas.
Right.
What?
Porta
No,
potties.
that
And
just
she got
creeps
what they
me
call
out.
impacted.
Yeah.
Ooh,
and-
that's not good.
No,
No.
no,
no,
way.
because they basically lay
can
you on your
rupture
side,
your-
crank you open, and she said they had to scoop it out.
Yeah, they had.
That's because it's like basically a rock inside of your bowels.
And it can
Talk about
split your body.
It can
Compact.
split your bowels,
then you die.
Your body has to get rid of that because that's
All the
it's poison. Yeah,
Well, see, your
all the
bowel
poisons
has
are
so
in your
much
system.
blood flow because that's where your body picks up,
all the
or
nutrients.
is that where it deposits them?
No, it picks up nutrients there.
Right.
Yeah. Well, that's the colon, or is that the
No.
intestine?
Well, the colon, the
Awkwardly.
intestine, it's all the same.
Right. Okay.
Jessica just went awkwardly.
Yeah.
Awkwardity.
Awk-
Awkwardity
Awkwardity.
is to be now. Would that be an adjective?
Accordity? No, that would be a
It's a verb.
no.
It's because
an-
it'd be
it's an
like an
adverb.
action.
It's an
Adverb.
adverb.
The awkwardity of being awkward.
Oh, that actually would be that'd be a noun in that case.
Awkwardity would be a noun. It's
If-
not a thing.
In the way
It's an
that you
action.
used it, in the way that you used it. That's the magic thing about English is you can change all and other languages, but it's more complicated.
Steve Schultz says that's painful.
Amen.
And you can
What did
change
what did I
all
miss?
those.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Steve Schultz also said they make you wear those gowns
Well, what
so
were
that
you
they
talking
know
about?
you won't run off.
About how did we? I didn't.
He
understand.
brought up well, he said what
Your
one of the
eyes.
people in the comments said, and he said
What's wrong with my eyes?
It's red right there.
yeah,
So
there's
if
the
you'd like
burst
to
blood
contribute
vessel.
to more shows like this one,
Yeah, that seems about a great
one?
time
go to
to
Axe
say that.
Media Group.
This one.
Yeah, this is the one that was bloodshot.
Yeah, it is. It is again.
Is it still?
Yep.
Yeah, it's worse.
Why
It
is
is.
it doing that? It was gone a little bit
You
ago.
burst it.
You know what,
the
some
blood
days-
vessels burst.
Sometimes they say stress can do it.
I'm not stressed out.
Here's another thing: is nowadays
I'm stressed out just looking at that bloody thing in your eye.
I've seen this more and more frequently, and it's because you can do it. It's because of stress. It's because because just pressure. Like if you are doing something and you strain, a lot of
You
the
should
times
turn
you're
on the
straining your
camera on
eye
your
muscles without
laptop.
realizing it. And also, phones, we have something with blue light, bright blue light
I've got the
shining
blue light
at us.
thing
Filter.
filtered out of my phone.
But it still has an effect on you because
I
it's
don't
still
turn mine.
LED.
It runs my.
But it could be
battery
the same
down.
blood vessel. Just pop back
Susan
open.
Abar
Yeah,
said
could
it was
be.
a noun.
For the weekend.
Aquidity?
The way that he
It's
used
not
it,
a
yeah.
thing. It's not a thing though. It's
I
it's
still
a
want to
s-
know what the name of that
So
spoon is.
here's a
do they
magical
call
thing
that?
about languages is
Thank you, Michael.
Sorry.
We're
it's
glad
a
that we
fecal
could
matter.
help.
It's a fecal matter.
I'm glad that
Or is that fickle? I think fickle.
fickle.
yeah,
fickle.
yeah,
it's a-
sure.
Wrong vowel.
I
wrong
feel
vowel.
fickle. Thank you, Michael. We're glad that we could help you out.
Yeah.
We reminded him to get himself checked. I have an appointment. So
Yeah, you should. Always
Honestly,
you should get
the-
yourself checked.
Like you guys, you're. This is a nice way to break me into the show again.
You mean throw you in the deep end and
This
hope
is
you
the
learn how to
initial-
swim before you drown?
Yeah.
this is the
Yeah,
initiation.
exactly. It's like
It's
honestly,
a pool full of awkwardity.
it reminds me of the first time that I did a show with you guys because I had no idea and I felt very uncomfortable because it was new to me and I knew that I was in the public eye. People could see me, people could hear me.
Speaking of public
right?
eyes,
Well, they could hear me. They couldn't see me at the time. That's how long ago it's been. But
When it was like
this is a
week-
completely
week or two.
different version of awkwardness to where like I know what I'm doing now, but
It just depends on the subject, apparently.
and it hasn't been that. It hasn't been
What's this most? What is the subject you fear most?
actually.
Like
I will
a
say-
psychologist.
I will say that this isn't that bad. I was uncomfortable. I don't know how to discuss it or contribute, of course, because that's in my future, and I don't.
you know, just rip the Band-Aid off. That's
Rip
what I
it
say.
off.
Oh yeah.
Especially if it's on your eye.
It
Yeah.
will only hurt for a few seconds.
Yeah, well, maybe longer.
Maybe depends on where it's at.
We're not really sure how long it hurts because we're all
Well,
still
it
a little
also,
hurt.
it also depends on where
Remember,
it's at.
folks, today for the rest of April, we have a dollar for dollar match on the donations on our PayPal account. So go to axemediagroup.com. Check out the stuff that we have there,
Check it
and you
out.
can see what's going on. Again, for this month, we have a dollar for dollar match. So get on there and help us out, and also partner up with us so that we can grow this programming. And you can have more awkward shows like this one.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like this one.
So please
Maybe
do
do
that.
maybe do a sitcom
A sitcom.
on the subject.
Oh man.
That would make an interesting one.
that would it actually
It would be pretty fun.
I've seen people go through this kind of stuff,
Or a
and
lay
it
on your
definitely
side com.
would
We
be-
could, if you ever heard that there's a certain television program that was like a radio station, and
Yeah.
and it was awkward at times because
We could overact the whole thing.
there was DJs on
Doctor
there that
coming
just
in with
made
his
you
coat
want to stop
swinging
and
it.
think. I mean,
With the
guys
glove.
that were acting as DJs were good. They had certain
One of those half-empty bottles where
Yeah.
they squirt the gel out.
Okay, so I went
Make
to
it
the
up.
Job Corps, right? And part of the entry exam, like the entry physical, part of the physical that you take in the beginning, they check you for scoliosis, right? Mm-hmm. And the doctor knew that there was a rumor going around that they was going to give you a prostate exam, and he thought it was hilarious. Each one that went in there. Because, I mean, we went out a separate door, so we couldn't talk to the people that were in the waiting room.
Right.
And you go in there, and he say, all right, bend over and touch your toes. And he would snap the glove right as he said that. And he did it with just such a straight face. And my thing was, I can't touch my toes. He goes, well, try your best. And then he just checks your spine. You know,
Yeah.
touches your spine.
Right.
But there was no prostate exam. But it was pretty funny that
Yeah.
he
Everybody's
knew
preparing for the
every,
worst.
He said like every one of the every group that came in, there was always that going around.
Did you be like, oh, that wasn't so bad?
Well, when
I
you're
heard they were a lot worse.
when you're in the MEP station and then they do that 8-hour medical, the
The medical mile.
yeah. Anyway, I know where you got that. Anyway, when they go to the MEP station and they do that, you figure, well, they're not going to do too much. And then when they do tell you to bend over, it's like it's not it's not just
happening.
for
It's time for us to get out of
Spine.
here, huh?
it's not just for scoliosis.
Yes, it is.
All right, everybody. Well, it looks
Aw,
like I lost
man.
internet.
Man,
on this computer.
we were just having so much fun.
Huh. All right, so we're going to get out of here. I'd like to thank everybody for joining us on the Morning Drive today. We'll be back on Monday, same time, same channel. And Tanner will probably be with me then still.
Yay.
So until next time, my friends, God bless you and keep you. We love you. My name is Matt.
My name is Jay.
My name is Steve.
My name is Tanner.
And this has been
The
Morning
Morning
Drive.